isn't that you're more knowledgeable than AI? AI stands for Artificial Intelligence. Most people agree that our natural intelligence is no match for artificial intelligence. Not only that, but AI technology is even becoming better and better every single day. Today, I want to talk about 2 jobs that I think will disappear in the future due to this new technology. These jobs are very important and respected these days because they deal with human lives. I believe that even judges and doctors might not be needed in the same way in the future. Let me explain why. First, let's talk about judges. Judges make decisions in courts. They study law, listen to both sides, and then decide who is right or wrong. This job requires a lot of thinking, knowledge, and fairness. But AI can do all of that, maybe even better than a human. AI can read thousands of laws in seconds and never forget. It can check past cases and compare them too. Furthermore, artificial intelligence doesn't get tired, angry, or emotional. It can be completely fair and neutral. In fact, some countries like China are already testing AI judges for small cases. Now, let's talk about doctors. Doctors save lives, help sick people, and work very hard. But even doctors could be replaced by AI in the future too. Today, AI is already being used in hospitals. It can read x-rays, find cancer, and even suggest treatments. In some cases, AI found problems that human doctors missed. It can also study millions of medical records, check symptoms, and tell a patient exactly what's wrong, perhaps more quickly than people can. This can also help people in small towns or poor countries who don't have enough doctors. In conclusion, technology is changing our world very quickly. Even jobs that seem impossible to replace, like judges and doctors, might be taken over by AI in the future. It doesn't mean that we won't need people anymore, but it means that the way we work will be very different. So, instead of being afraid, we should be ready. We should learn new things, be creative, and find ways to work with AI. Don't be afraid of AI, and remember that it's a tool designed to make our lives more convenient. Thank you for listening.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jinny, and today I would like to talk about why scientists should not focus on expanding our technology too much. Right now, most people live to be around 80 or 90 years old. However, with the rapid development of science and medicine, it is still possible to live beyond 100 in the future. At first, this seems like a great achievement. However, living significantly longer could lead to serious problems for both the environment and the society. First, longer human lifespans can increase environmental issues. Every person creates waste and uses resources every day. If people live longer, the population will increase and more trash and pollution will be created. For example, more cars on the road will mean more air pollution. Also, as the population increases, we will need more space to build houses and apartments. This could lead to more deforestation, which can destroy animals' habitats and harm nature. Let me give you some example. Right now, a lot of deforestation is happening because the population is increasing as people live longer. Humans need more spaces to live, so a lot of the forests are being destroyed. But what if more trees are cut down in the future and animals have to run away because they don't have a space to live? In short, longer human lifespans can lead to greater environmental damages. Second, there will be major social challenges. If people live longer, the number of the elderly population will increase, but there will be fewer younger generations working. This will place a heavy burden on younger generations who are going to pay for more taxes to support the growing elderly population. Like us, think about it. It's not only a lot, but it's also growing. Over time, this may cause a tension between younger and older people. The younger generations may feel stressed, frustrated, or even angry, which could lead to serious conflicts between age groups. In conclusion, even though living longer might sound good, it comes with many problems. It can harm the environment and cause serious social issues. For these reasons, I think scientists should not focus on extending our lives too much. Instead of that, why don't we focus on helping people live better, happier, and more meaningful lives during the time they already have? We should aim to improve the quality of life, not just extend our lives. That way, we can make a future that is not only advanced, but also balanced and sustainable for both the human and the planet. Thank you for listening.
Hello everyone, my name is Amy from E5 Athena class at DYB. Today, I want to talk about the inevitable transformation occurring in the world of work. Technological advancement is important, particularly in automation and artificial intelligence, which is changing our industries quickly. This is creating new jobs, while some jobs are disappearing. The rise of artificial intelligence, AI, is gradually reducing the need of manual labor across various sectors. This impacts jobs like factory workers and many other jobs too. I believe that 3 jobs are at high risk of disappearing in the future. First is the telemarketer position. These people call others to sell products or services. However, these days, many companies use automated calling systems instead of human workers. The position of telemarketers are already decreasing a lot. Second, taxi drivers may face the biggest change in the near future. Self-driving cars are improving quickly and they may soon replace human drivers. A company called Waymo by Google is already testing robotaxis taxis in America. Tesla and other car companies are developing self-driving technologies. Self-driving cars can promise greater efficiency, safety, and lower operating costs. Third, cashiers are also at high risk. Cashiers work at supermarkets and stores to handle customer payments. However, self-checkout machines are becoming much more common and online shopping is growing as well. For example, a company called Walmart and Uniqlo have introduced self-checkout machines in many of their stores. The Amazon Go Store system detects what people are buying and charges them through an app. This means that fewer human cashiers are needed. So, how do we prepare for these changes in the workforce? The most important thing is to adapt and learn new skills. Companies now need more people on AI, robotics, and big data. Schools should focus on creative thinking and problem solving and help students prepare for the future. So, let's get ready for the future by learning new skills. Thank you for listening to my speech. Have a great day. Bye!
Hello, my name is Amy. Do you think it is necessarily a good thing that humans have a longer life expectancy? Long life has been one of man's greatest wishes since ancient times. With the development of medical technology, the life expectancy of humans today is higher than ever before. But is it always good to have a longer human lifespan? As the lifespan of humans increases, various problems arise, and today we're going to talk about two important issues. First of all, there are a number of problems with the global population growth. The more people there are, environmental pollution, damage to nature can become severe due to urban development and resource consumption. Also, social and economic problems may arise because of the increase of the elderly population. Compared to young people, the elderly have high health risks, so various welfare policies for the elderly are needed, and all budgets for such welfare are run by taxes paid by the people. The increase in taxes necessary for the welfare of the elderly can lead to problems such as national financial burden and increased debt, and these can deepen conflicts between the elderly and young. The second problem is deepening social inequality. As the life expectancy of humans increases, those with higher social status are more likely to use their wealth and power to fully benefit from it. Even now, there is a research survey that shows the wealthy have a longer life expectancy than the poor by about 10 years. Life expectancy inequality will make social-economic inequality more severe. These can cause social integration difficult and create a society where crime and violence are frequent. It's not just a problem within a country, it could lead to inequality between countries, which could be a global problem. Humans are wise animals that have made incredible progress so far and have solved many problems that arise at the same time. Active efforts will be needed to solve these problems in a wise and reasonable way. Thank you for listening and have a nice day.
Do you think that people could live until the wonderful age of 200 years old in the future? Hello everyone, my name is Tony, and today I'm going to talk about people living up to an older age. Do you know who has lived the longest in the world? It's John Kalman, who has lived up to 122 years old. She is also the only person in mankind who lived over 120 years old. What kind of issues that could arise if humans live much longer than they do now? To start, my first issue is osteoarthritis. Many people have pain in their joints, which is because of our joints are wearing out. Many elderly people have it today, but if people live much longer than they do now, the joints will wear out to nothing and have more pain. The pain when walking will last for roughly 50 years more. Then there will be no more joints left. In that case, people will put artificial joints, but that 3 million one would be gone after a tiny bit of time compared to human life, only 20 years. Therefore, the first issue if humans live much longer than they do now was osteoarthritis. Secondly, another issue is high blood pressure. The reason for high blood pressure is aging, vascular degeneration, obesity, stress, and more. People of the age of 130 will not have a disease defensibility of these and will eat food roughly 50 years more so they can get high blood pressure more easily. Therefore, the real ghastly part of hypertension is the complication. There are complications like stroke, chronic heart disease, retinosis, arteriosclerosis, and more. People of the age of 130 years old will not have a disease defense ability of these painful complications. Consequently, people will rather die than living because of these painful illnesses, and because of that painness, people will get stressed, and because of that stress, people's illnesses will get severe, then stress, and severe, and stress. It will be a vicious cycle. For these reasons, the second issue if people live longer was high blood pressure. In conclusion, osteoarthritis and high blood pressure were the two issues if humans live much longer than they do now. What kind of health problem would you have chosen? Thank you for listening to my speech and have a great day.
Hello everyone, my name is Sarah, and today I am going to talk to you about 2 challenges of being famous. Imagine you become famous. Would you be happy or uncomfortable? How would you feel? Being famous means everyone knows about you. Some people feel good about being famous. However, it can also be uncomfortable. In my opinion, 2 challenges of being famous are not being able to do things my own way and potentially causing harm to the people I love. The first challenge of being famous is not being able to do things my own way. When I go somewhere, my fans would recognize me and I have to take pictures or give my autograph on fans' merchandise. So, my manager might call me and shout, "Don't go anywhere." Also, my fans would wonder my private life, so I feel uncomfortable. Furthermore, I would have to be careful in every situation because my fans are watching me constantly. I would feel psychological stress too. If I were famous, I couldn't be free. Therefore, not being able to do things my own way is the first hardship of being famous. The second difficulty of being famous is that I could cause damage to my friends and family. If I'm famous and I go outside with them, everyone would recognize me, so they become popular too. And if this happens, they would have difficulties like mine. They would have to be careful, they would be less free, and so on. Being family or friends of celebrities is hard. Thus, I could cause damage to the people I care about. In conclusion, 2 hardships of being popular are I couldn't be free and I could inflict damage to my friends and family. Do you think being famous is positive or negative? Thank you for listening to my speech about 2 challenges of being famous.
Hello everyone, my name is Jinny and today I'd like to talk about humans' longer lifespans. Most people think living longer is better than dying early. Do you think so too? In Korea, people are already living longer by development of medical technology, and this is causing some issues. I think there will be some issues if humans live much longer than they do now. First, there could be problems with jobs and pensions. When people live longer, they will need more money for a longer time to survive. The government gives pensions to older people, but if they live too long, the money may not be enough. Younger generations will have to pay more taxes to support them. Also, seniors will have to keep working because they still need money. But if they don't retire, young people can't get a good job easily. Based on these conditions, the lives of younger people will be even harder. Second, problem caused by longer lifespans is we may not have enough land. If people live longer and babies are born, we will need more houses and some buildings which are needed for living. But Korea is a small country and space is limited. If people live too long, cities may be too crowded and houses may be too expensive. Also, when people die, they need to be buried. But graveyards take up space too. Thus, it will be hard to buy lands if people live much longer than they do now. In conclusion, two wishes it could happen if humans live much longer are job pensions and we may not have enough land. Do you still think living longer is better? Thank you for listening.
Hello, my name is William and this is my speech. What if we could live longer than the current life expectancy? The current average life expectancy for humans is 72 years. Two issues that could arise if humans live longer than they do now are worsening economic inequality and healthcare and medical issues. First of all, worsening economic inequality is the first issue that I would like to discuss. If only some countries or if only rich people use this technology, it will be very unfair. Second, we don't limit the age, they may live until the age of 1,000. Lastly, rich people get more money and common people don't, so it will be very unfair. That is the first issue that could occur if humans live much longer. In addition, if our life expectancy was higher, we will sit with healthcare and medical issues. If most people live more than 100 years old, they would get some disease. Second, it is possible to get new disease that we would not be able to cure. Lastly, the younger generations would cover most of the treatment because older people can't work. That is why it is not a good idea to arise average life expectancy. To summarize, worsening economic inequality and overwhelming healthcare issues could happen if we live much longer. We would have more problems beside this, but if we solve these problems, a brilliant future will await us. Thank you for listening to my speech.
Hello everyone, my name is Winter. Today I'm going to tell you about why summer vacation is better. Do you like summer vacation or winter vacation? Most students are happy when it is time for vacation. Some students like summer vacation, but some students like winter vacation. I think longer summer vacation is better because I can go swimming and have a picnic. First, I like summer vacation because I can go swimming. I like swimming because swimming gives me an exciting feeling. During the last summer vacation, my family went to Jeju Island. The weather was very nice, so we could swim every day. Also, I usually go to summer camp Dongrae Beach in the summer. This is why I like summer vacation. Next, I love summer vacation because my family can have a picnic. I like picnic because we can eat many delicious foods. I will go to Hansi Park where I eat ice cream, watermelon, and noodles. I will join my family. Also, I plan to go summer camping. Therefore, summer vacation is my favorite for these reasons. In conclusion, summer vacation is my favorite for this reason. Summer vacation is very great. I wish summer vacation were longer. Thank you for listening to my speech and have a great day.
Hello everyone, my name is Jasmin. Today I am going to talk to you about summer vacation and winter vacation. Imagine if you could have winter vacation for 2 months and summer vacation for 3 months. How would you feel? A vacation is a time period where you can relax and get some rest. Summer vacation occurs between June and August, while winter vacation occurs between December and January. I think the summer vacation is better than winter vacation because we can do many activities and eat various foods. To begin with, I think summer vacation should be longer because there are many activities. we can do many activities in summer. During this time, we can go surfing in the sea and we can play baseball game in the park. Therefore, I think summer vacation should be longer because we can do many activities in summer. In addition, summer vacation should be longer than the other because there are various summer foods. In summer, we can eat various foods. We can eat watermelon in summer. We can also eat ice cream in summer because summer is hot. Therefore, summer vacation should be have a longer vacation than the other because various foods. I think the summer vacation is better than winter vacation because we can do many activities and eat various foods. I hope we can enjoy our favorite vacation for a long time. Thanks for listening to my speech.
Hello everyone, my name is Chloe and this is my speech. What if you get only 2 food rest of your life? It is often difficult to decide what to eat. So only 2 options make this easier. If I could eat only 2 food rest of my life, then I choose sushi and bibimbap. First, I choose sushi. Sushi isn't my favorite food. Although I don't like fish, but raw fish was very delicious. Sushi is raw fish and rice, so there are many kinds. Although I don't like it made me full. This is why my first food would be sushi. Second, I choose bibimbap. Bibimbap is healthy food. According to a blog, bibimbap is effective reducing intestine fat. Bibimbap is many kinds. For example, there is a meat, spinach, and beef sprout. This is why my second food would be bibimbap. In conclusion, if I could eat only 2 food rest of my life, then I choose sushi and bibimbap. Remember to choose something healthy. If you get 2 options what to eat. Thank you for listening to my speech.
Hello everyone, my name is Jason. Today, I will make a speech about the topic of living longer. Have you ever thought about what if we can live up to 250 years old? Nowadays, we can live to an older age than years ago. Imagine your mom's mom, and your mom's mom's mom all living together. Isn't it cool? But living longer doesn't only have an advantages. Let's talk about the disadvantages. 2 issues that could arise from humans living longer are having lack of food and scarcity of resources. First, we can have a lack of food. Because of increasing the human's lifespans, population is also growing continuously. Therefore, the demand for food is increasing, but the territory to be farmed is limited. This indicates that the food is not enough to meet the demand. So the lack of food would be challenging issues. Second, we can have a scarcity of resources. As the average lifespans increases, resource consumption also increases. From this, it can be shortage of energy, water, and raw materials. Especially the shortage of non-renewable resources such as fossil fuels to be accelerated. In conclusion, from the developments of science and technology, long lifespans is positive, but it also can make us a problem, such as lack of food and scarcity of resources. To solve these problems, we need continuous research and innovative technologies. From these efforts, we can move towards a better future. Thank you for listening to my speech.
Hello, my name name is Joy. Today, I will give a speech about two issues that could arise if humans live much longer than they do now. Do you want to live much longer? Longer life is a common topic today because many people hope to live longer life, which has many advantages. Two issues that could arise if humans live much longer than they do now are social issues due to population growth and changes in human relationship and the meaning of life. First, one issue that could arise if humans live much longer than they do now is social issues due to population growth. As people live longer, they will consume more resources, leading to shortage of food, water, and energy. Places will consume many resources too. For example, if we go to the hospital when we are sick, the hospital will not have enough medicine, so we will continue being sick. People are having fewer babies nowadays. Thus, if people live much longer, we will have an aging society. A rising population could make cities more crowded, increase housing costs, and create problems in securing suitable living spaces. Therefore, social issues due to population growth is one issue that people live much longer. Next, the other issue that could arise if humans live much longer than they do now is changes in human relationship and the meaning of life. If people live much longer, they could change the concept of family structure. For example, if people live for more than 100 years, people might live with parents, children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. In general, people study when they're young, work in middle age, and retire in old age. However, if people live not aging, people might not face challenges and may see life differently. Without the fear of that, people may see life differently. Therefore, changes in human relationship and the meaning of life are the other issue that could arise if humans live much longer. In conclusion, living much longer than now could lead to two main problems: social challenges from population and shift in how people relate to each other and find purpose in life. If we live much longer than we currently do, how should we live our lives? Thank you for listening to my speech.
Hello everyone, my name is Kiera, and today I'm going to talk to you about whether two jobs will disappear in the future. A job is work that someone does to make money. Many jobs are being made and disappearing. I think translator and company employees will disappear in the future because these jobs are replaceable. The first job that I think will disappear in the future is a translator. A translator will disappear because it can be replaced by Papago. Papago is more convenient than translator. For example, it can translate very quickly. Papago can translate all of the words. We do not need a translator. We have only Papago as translating application, but in the future, maybe we will have more applications that can translate what we want to express. For these reasons, we do not need translators anymore. The second job I think will disappear in the future is the company employees. All company employees will disappear because we have robots. Robots can do work better than people. For example, people can make mistakes, but robots probably won't make mistakes. If they make mistakes, they can fix it, but people will not know that they make mistakes. Now we have robots, cafes, and robot restaurants, etc. For these reasons, I think employee will disappear in the future. It is all for today. Thank you for listening.
Hello everyone, my name is Jun. Do you know the challenges to being famous? Celebrities who look like happy surprisingly have difficult challenges. 2 challenges of being famous are lose your privacy and controversy. Paparazzi is a person who takes a picture of famous people and spread those pictures. Nicole Kidman got stressed and she litigated them. Also, famous people suffer from stalker and hacker. Stalker is a person who goes to someone's house and follows them everywhere. Hacker into someone's device and take information like messages and pictures. Jinny, who is a very popular singer, suffers from hackers. Next challenge is controversy. If normal person starts dating with someone, it doesn't make any rumor. However, if famous people suffer from dating rumor, because if famous people stand beside a boy or girl, it can cause dating rumor. As I said before, Jinny suffered from dating rumor. In 2025, she asked why she couldn't date. Next example is controversy over idol skill, dance skills, and singing style. Rose, who is a very popular singer, suffered from controversy because her singing style is a little bit unusual. Zeus is a very popular singer. However, she suffered from dance skills. Now, do you know about 2 challenges of being famous? Thank you for listening.
Hello everyone, my name is Lucas and this is my speech. Imagine you could only eat 2 food for the rest of your life. I choose 1 yummy food and 1 healthy food because I must save my health and I want some various flavor foods one. If I could only eat 2 food for the rest of my life, I would choose salmon and kimbap. First, I choose salmon to eat for the rest of my life. I choose salmon because it is my favorite food. And you can eat salmon with sauce, so the flavor will change like it's different food. This is a reason why I would choose to eat salmon for the rest of my life. Kimbap is another food that I would choose if I could only eat 2 things in my life. Kimbap is healthy and have many kinds of ingredients inside, like carrots, rice, meats, and cucumber. So, kimbap is delicious of course, and very healthy. It is the perfect food. For this reason, another food I would choose to eat my whole life is kimbap. In conclusion, salmon and kimbap would be my 2 choices if I could only eat 2 things for the rest of my life. I hope I never have to choose only 2 foods. I love eating too much. Thank you for listening.
Hello, my name is Ella. Today I will be talking about what would you choose if you can eat only 2 foods for the rest of your life. All over the world, there are many different cultures with their own cuisines. Some of the world's most famous cuisines are French, Chinese, Indian, Mexican, and Japanese.
If I could only eat two foods for the rest of my life, I would choose meat and salad. First of all, I would choose meat. For a healthy life, we must eat enough carbohydrates, protein, and fats. In meat, there are enough healthy fats and protein. This is why we can have a healthy balance. Maintaining our health balance is a very important thing in our life, so I would choose meat as my first food. Secondly, I would choose salad. I already have chosen meat for healthy fats and protein, so now I will search for another ingredient. There are many nice ingredients for our body in salad, but especially salads contain enough vitamins and fiber. And we can put many kinds of vegetables and fruits that we want in salad, so I would choose salad as my second food. To summarize, I would choose meat and salad for the rest of my life, and I hope I will get to eat delicious meat and salad many times in the future. Thank you for listening to my speech.
Hello everyone, my name is Mia and today I'm going to talk to you about two jobs will disappear in the future. Imagine the future with bus and car and buses that can drive themselves and robots that have you as tour. There are many jobs will disappear in the future, some of AIs and some because of people is not interested in doing them anymore. First, one job will disappear in the future, a driver. I think AI, a voice and taxi driver and bus driver will be not needed in the future. Even though amount of self-driving car is increasing, so I think driver will be not needed in the future. Second, I think teacher will be not needed in the future because I think AI has more information than humans. You can stay at home to run AI. Thus, I believe AI will replace teacher in the future. In conclusion, two jobs that I believe will be replaced by AI are teachers and drivers. Do you think your job will be around 20 years? Thank you for listening to my speech.